Jai Shiva. Today I decided to wear mic so the sound quality is little better for all of you. So the first thing first, I'm going to Rishikesh Himalayas. So if anybody is interested in coming there and meeting me on 15th and 16th of April, they can come. You can go to the website www.yogiparampara.org. All the websites are mentioned in the description box of the video. So you can open that website. As soon as you go to the home page, you will see the visit to Himalayas and Rishikesh. Just click on the learn more button and you will go to that page where all the details about the visit are mentioned. So now, second thing, a lot of people keep on wondering that we talk about vasanas, we talk about chittavrittis, we talk about sanskaras, and we understand that from the theoretical perspective and from the practical perspective, that all these things are happening all these things reside in the chitta. Chitta is the warehouse of all your memories, warehouse for all your psychological patterns that we call chittavrittis and sanskaras, and it's the warehouse for, in other words, you can say, warehouse for karma as well. Okay. So, where do emotions come in place? Where do they arise? Where do they reside? Where do they act from? Okay. Now, there's a very, very close relationship between the seeds, the psychological patterns of sanskaras, the 5 basic chittavrittis or the sanskara seeds that we have got are: number 1, spiritual ignorance; number 2, identities, the sense of I am this, I am that; and third one is the raga, the attachment; and fourth one is dvesha, the aversions; and fifth one is fear. So abhinivesha, okay, fear or resistance to change, you can say. So all these 5 sanskaras, the whichever one is active will be called as chittavritti in you, whichever psychological pattern is active. There are inactive ones and active ones. If you want a greater detail of such things, you can watch the Yoga Darshan, Patanjali Yoga Darshan playlist on my video channel, English channel that we have got. Okay. And yeah, so all the details are there. So now, when all these things are active, whichever one is active in you on any given day or any given moment, you can say, whichever one is active, the first thing that it is going to do in a very subtle way, it's going to give rise to an emotion. Okay. And that emotion is going to be, initially the primary seat, the place of emotion is always going to be chitta. Okay. So, but then once that emotion becomes deeper and deeper and intense and intense and intense, it starts feeling in your mental body. That is where you feel it first, in your manomaya kosh, in your mental and emotional body that we call. That is where you are going to feel it first. In other words, say for example, the raga comes out, the attachment, the vritti of attachment is arising. The seed of raga is very strong these days in you, since last few months in you maybe, or years in you. So then it is going to create, maybe it's a feeling of separation that you feel, maybe it's a joyful, blissful feeling of being in love that you feel, whichever way. So emotion can depend. If raga is mixed with dvesha, that why your partner is going here and there without you, or is not calling you, or is not giving enough attention to you these days, then your raga is going to be, it has become much more deep and intense. So there is going to be a pain in that. Okay. Pain of separation, pain of being lonely, being alone, kind of a things can be there. So then this emotion you will feel as if you are having it in your Anahata chakra. So that means in your heart, center of your heart. Your it may feel as if you have some tightness in your around your heart area. In the middle of your chest, you have some tightness area. Then you will feel it in your throat as if the pain is coming all the way in your throat. And then sometime you may feel it in your belly, right around your navel. You may feel it as if some hollowness is there or some other feeling is there. So that means that when it was in Manomaya Kosh, mental and emotional body, you were having thoughts accordingly. Why this person is not calling me, why my lover is not calling me, or this or that, So thoughts is what you will be able to, it will generate thoughts, it will create thoughts accordingly. Okay, if raga is coming out, or if dvesha is coming out, attachment or aversions are coming out, then you will get thoughts accordingly. That's the first level of you recognizing and knowing that what kind of vritti is about to play now. And then you will start feeling it in your energy body. When you feel it in your etheric body, in your energy body, that is when you feel tightness in your chest, or some sort of a blob here in your throat, as if you are feeling choked, you want to cry but you're not able to cry, or some hollowness, emptiness, or some pain, or some churning, or maybe butterflies in your stomach around your navel area. So you see, emotions, you are feeling them there. Now suppose it's an emotion, suppose somebody, that person with whom your mind is attaching the raga and dvesha with, attachments and aversion with, suppose that person comes in front of you, then you may end up saying things accordingly. You may end up expressing things accordingly. Or you may be very angry and you may go into rage that, why didn't you call me, and you never call me, you don't care about me, this and that, and you may throw that anger and rage, and you may break something, or your entire body language will change. So you see, then we say that it's the same thing has trickled down all the way from chitta to your Manomaya Kosh. Chitta is in the Manomaya Kosh, but the entire Manomaya Kosh doesn't feel the impact of it until unless it becomes little bit the chittavrittis and sanskaras and these psychological patterns, until they become solidified enough to give rise to emotions. Until then you don't feel thoughts or anything. Maybe in your during your sleeping hours, when you were in the deep sleep at night, these sanskaras may be arising and starting their dance, some emotion started arising. Your dreams may change accordingly, or may not change accordingly. But in the morning, when you wake up, then you have a lot of emotions like that. So that means it wasn't somebody firing or shooting a gun kind of a thing, that a chittavritti arises and it just shoots like a gun and you are suddenly very emotional. No, it doesn't happen like that. It's a process that takes place for about 2.5 days. It takes about 2.5 to 3 days in people to give rise to one kind of an emotion, and then another, then another, then another. Now, from the emotional point of view, it may look like, anger, sadness, or rage, or too much obsession, passion. All that are the forms of raga. Or you can say, not even raga, moha. Moha is an emotion. Okay, so all these are emotions, but and they flow all over your body and everywhere. But those who are walking the spiritual path consciously, they can see the dance all the way. They stop themselves, they catch themselves right there. When it's in their chitta, they catch themselves right there, that no, I know why these thoughts are occurring. So you got yourself right at that point. Before the emotions were felt all the way in your etheric body, before it manifested practically in front of somebody, through your physical body, through your speech. Okay, that you didn't end up beating the people, or you didn't end up expressing something out there. So this is how emotions work, and these are the things. But another thing to understand is, when we say raga, you need to know there is no direct English translation. We call raga as attachment, but actually it is not. Raga is not attachment. Raga is such a subtle thing in you. It's, if I have to explain it, even though it doesn't make sense to, equate the something subtle with something gross or physical. There's no comparison between the two, but still, just to give you an idea what raga could be, is that you saw, suppose raga is arising in you, and you saw a person passing by, and beautiful, handsome person, or beautiful lady passing by, and suddenly you felt like you felt some sort of a pull towards them, some unknown, unspeakable kind of pull towards them. It's that subtle, and you may not even realize that you are feeling that pull. It's that subtle. That's what raga is. But what people feel is very much psychological, very much physical in nature, right? So that means raga actually gets distorted and it becomes moha. Moha, correct translation of moha can be attachment or passion or obsession. A combination of all these three things, depending upon how intense it is called as moha. And then further, when moha gets even much more distorted, it becomes, fear. You do not want to lose that person. You do not want to live without that person. Then it's obsession. You want to die, or you want to just, even when that person is not with you, or even with you, you are in some sort of obsession and passion and this and that. So that is what you are displaying all the time. That is what you are feeling internally. When they are not in front of you, you are still thinking about when to go and meet them, when will I see them again, when will I talk to them again. This is distorted moha. Moha has further degraded itself, distorted itself. Now it has become greed in you, that you want to own that person in one way or the other. You want the entire time to be with them. For whatever reason, whatever purpose, doesn't matter. You just want to be with them. You want all of their time to be your time. They should be spending all the time only with you. That is how you start thinking. So it becomes lobh. In Hindi we call it lobh. In English we call it greed. Okay, so then you become greedy. Now when this greed is not satisfied, it gives rise, or you get into too much fear of what if I lose this person, right? What if they do not love me anymore? Or what if they go with somebody else? What if they start liking somebody else, start loving somebody else? That is when fear arises. And fear will stay fearful. You will stay fearful for some time, but very soon it will start converting into anger, krodh. It will convert into anger. How can you do this to me? How can you not care? And here I am standing for you all the time and standing up for you. And here I am trying to be with you all the time. And you don't care and you don't want to, you don't take any initiative from your side. And this and that, it converts into anger. So for some time, that anger you will be able to display, express to the other person. Then it will become passive anger going forward, when you will, the other person will run away, or they try to get rid of you, or in some one way or the other, and they just do not like that much of an attachment, or that much kind of an obsession, possession. It feels like suffocation to the other person, that you are trying to always be with them and trying to draw a sort of a boundary around them, just always circling around them, and it's overwhelming for anybody who is sane and conscious. So then you try to run away. Such a person will run away from such a person. So then it converts into a passive anger. Then you start blaming yourself. I am like that, nobody loves me, I am not good enough, I cannot do this, I cannot do that. Only if I had this kind of a life or that kind of an opportunity, only if I had more money, only if I was more good looking or handsome or more beautiful, only if I had more power, only if I had this, only if I had that, then I would have been successful in front of this person. Your ego gets hurt. So you see how subtle the raga is, how subtle it is. Raga directly is not felt or cannot be caught. when it arises subtly in your chitta, it cannot be caught by you until you have been in lower levels of samadhis. You have no access to your chitta until you are in lower level of samadhis. So then how do you catch that? Nothing to worry about. It's not that you cannot catch that raga. Then that raga becomes thought. Thoughts accordingly. You want to know what was the phone number of that person, where do I find them, how do I run around them, those kind of thoughts, So there's still a chance you can catch yourself. Otherwise, it's going to feel in your entire energy body. Then you can catch yourself. Why am I feeling what am I feeling? There's definitely something wrong, right? Raga is arising within me. So you can catch yourself at energy body level. If not, then at least when you are about to express, catch yourself then. Or if it becomes moha, solid passion, obsession, or solid attachment, catch yourself then. If not, catch yourself before it becomes anger or fear, because then you won't be able to catch yourself. Even when it becomes a dirty passion or obsession and it goes on for more than 2-3 days, it will be very hard for you to catch yourself. Be conscious about it. It will be very hard for you. Why? It's like bullet has been fired. Now it will complete its course. It'll destroy you in some way before you are able to catch yourself. It'll destroy your. It'll harm your body physically, because these are the negative or lower energy emotions, right? Whatever you will eat those days, it's not going to work on your body. You're not going to get nutritional extract out of whatever you eat. You may not be able to sleep properly. Your brain is functioning damn all the time. There's no peace. So your body is not at optimum level. Your mind, your intellect is not at its optimum level at all. So before it becomes all these things, before these emotions start taking further distorted form, and further distortion and more distortion and more distortion happens to them, you need to catch yourself at some place. See where you can catch yourself, at what level you are in your spiritual journey. Accordingly, you can catch yourself at so many different levels. It's not that these things are devolving because God wants to punish you, universe wants to punish you, life wants to punish you, or somebody else wants to punish you. Even people in your life or with whom you are feeling that love, anger, hatred kind of relationship, they want to punish you. No, it's not like that. Nobody wants to punish you. These things are getting further distorted because you are not catching them. If you would have caught them, those who are able to catch them at the level of chitta, at the level of raga, those who are able to catch them there, no thought happens. No thought happens. No emotion arises. Those who are able to catch themselves at the thought level, they stop right there. So no emotion, deep, dark, intense emotion arises in them. Nothing like that happens. Those who are able to catch themselves at first level of emotion, where they are feeling the attachment, strong attachment, which is more like, and I'm not saying it could be an attachment to the guru as well, but still attachment is bondage, period. So whatever is giving you bondage, whichever emotion is resulting into bondage, is bad, is wrong, is not going to help you in spiritual life or in life in any way, today or tomorrow. So sooner or later, it's going to give you so many diseases and sickness in your body. It will manifest like that, right? So some people are able to stop themselves at first emotional level. After that, it's out of your hand. You cannot catch. If it becomes fear, you cannot catch. You will just go on. It'll just take you for a ride. You'll be kicked from here to there, one thought to another thought, one depressed day to another depressed day, one depressed thought to another depressed thought, one angry thought to another angry thought, few moments of anger on this person, few moments of anger on that person. You will suddenly become a person who is grumpy all the time and is angry all the time on anything and everything, doesn't smile, has no peace, no joy, eyes do not glitter, instead eyes are raging. your entire physical body will change, you know. Even anger could be very, that kind of an anger could be very torturous to the body. All the balance of the body will be gone. You'll have indigestion, first of all, lack of sleep, indigestion, insomnia, all. You may become paranoid, you may become distrustful of other people in life. All of this will result. If it goes on for years, this is ultimately it may result into a very deep anxiety and depression. Catch yourself. Feelings, emotions are the tools to see what is going on within you. Very, very, very important tools to see what is going on within you. Okay, hope this helps. And I'm creating this video in Hindi as well. So it will be released on the Hindi channel. So you want to watch the Hindi part of it, you can. Okay.